Hello, everyone. Elon Musk is destroying America from the top on down, and Donald Trump is committing a lot more impeachable offenses. This and more as we jump into the pit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Social Pit Podcast. This is the week of February 10th, 2025, and a big shout-out congratulations goes out to the Philadelphia Eagles for winning the Super Bowl. Now, as most of you are aware, Donald Trump decided to make his presence known at the Super Bowl this year for Super Bowl 59. There's a lot of speculation as to why he did that. Most importantly, it was because he needed the attention. Donald Trump is all about making things all about himself. He's not out for the American people. And this is something that MAGA does not and will not ever comprehend. Now, it was speculated that Elon Musk had spent about upwards of $30 million for Super Bowl commercials that was going to be aired during the Super Bowl. For the few days leading up to the Super Bowl, Elon Musk talked about on Twitter, fuck you, Elon, that he was going to be broadcasting a commercial that was going to expose government corruption. Sadly, these commercials did not happen. But what did happen was a commercial for USAID that showed what the humanitarian aid that they have been doing all around the world has achieved. During the Super Bowl, people were going to Twitter and TikTok and saying, we're waiting for the commercials, we're waiting for the commercials. But alas, the commercials never came. So in this aspect, Elon Musk and Donald Trump did it again. They played MAGA. Now, during the performance of the national anthem, as the camera scrolled through the crowd, there was about a 2-second clip where it was shown on the big screen TVs in the stadium of Donald Trump standing at a salute next to his daughter, Ivanka. During this moment, many people in the crowd at the Super Bowl booed Donald Trump. Donald Trump's presence at Super Bowl was very uncalled for and was explicitly a waste of taxpayers' dollars. In order to maintain security for this event, additional security was brought in by Secret Service to protect the President of the United States. This, in fact, is one of the many reasons why presidents do not attend major sporting events of this caliber. Now, this also brings to the point of DOGE, D-O-G-E, Department of Government Efficiency, a non-official department within the government that was signed into action by executive order from Donald Trump. A department of this nature is already in place in the federal government level. For many years when I was in the Air Force, that was called fraud, waste, and abuse. As an airman, anytime that we saw fraud, waste, and abuse happen, we were told to contact the Inspector General's line and report such violation. When cases of fraud, waste, and abuse happen in the military, the commanders of each installation investigated and administered punishment as appropriate. Some of these cases went from administrative punishment, such as a letter of reprimand, to court-martial offense, to even jail time, depending on the severity of the fraud, waste, and abuse. Now, signing into action an executive order for a Department of Government Efficiency is a double negative for the federal government. And this is what MAGA Republicans are doing. They are wasting our tax dollars on things that are already in place. Laws such as the Lincoln-Riley Act, which already make it illegal to kill someone, but this case right here with Lincoln Riley is a politicized effort by the Republicans to punish people based on skin color and ethnic origin. Now, what they also did with this bill was to go after judges and city officials who allow migrants into their communities that commit such atrocious acts. Now, if Republicans were really concerned about these laws, why didn't they enact the Ted Bundy law, John Wayne Gacy law, Charles Manson law, Eileen Warhol's law? After all, these individuals were serial killers too. Very evil, diabolical serial killers. But the issue is, they were all white. But going back to DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, on Saturday, a federal judge has blocked DOGE from accessing any further information within the federal government. And they have also ordered up the destruction of all data that they have received by their searches. These searches are hereby classified as illegal, and a federal judge will listen to more arguments on February 14th to see how legal this organization really is. Now, the federal judge may actually allow DOGE to go through as long as they comply with certain regulations, such as they cannot access people's personal information, such as social security number, telephone numbers, email addresses, or physical addresses. What they can, in fact, might be able to look at is the dollar amounts that's spent on such programs such as SNAP, Medicare, Medicaid, other government assistance that goes through all citizens of the United States that are paying tax dollars. Now, the speculation as to why this department was enacted is because in Donald Trump's first term, it was announced how much money he spent of the government to go to and from Washington, D.C. and Mar-a-Lago every weekend. Now, keep in mind, we are just 3 weeks in, and Donald Trump has already made 3 round-trip trips to Mar-a-Lago so he can play golf on the weekends. And in his first term, Donald Trump made millions of dollars that he says he did not make by quadrupling the price of the rooms that he charged Secret Service agents to stay in at his Mar-a-Lago resort. Now, once again, MAGA got played because they said Donald Trump did not take a salary. Donald Trump did not donate his salary either. There have been presidents in the past that have donated their salary to such organizations such as veterans programs within the federal government. Now, it is federal law for the President of the United States to take said salary that they are given. The President of the United States makes $400,000 per year that is paid each month to them. They also receive an additional $50,000 to assist with defraying expenses related to and or resulting for the discharges of his duties as President of the United States. One of the most important things to remember is that Donald Trump refuses to show his tax returns for anything, which is why the lawsuits were brought in the state of New York by Letitia James. Once the tax returns were uncovered, this is where the attorney generals for the state of New York discovered fraud was committed and perpetrated by Donald Trump and the Trump Organization. Now, keep in mind, Donald Trump was found guilty of 34 felony counts related to his campaign and the hush money scandal involving one porn star, Stormy Daniels. Now, as I mentioned Letitia James, this past week, Donald Trump has abused the authority of his office to fire the head of the National Archives. Colleen Shogan was fired from her position as the head of the Federal Archives of the United States for her role in the searches of Mar-a-Lago for the documents that Donald Trump stole from the White House when he left the first time around. The classified documents that was found at Mar-a-Lago by the FBI, in fact, led to people coming out and stating that Donald Trump had showed classified information to people that were not cleared to view such material. Some of the individuals that had seen said document were foreign dignitaries. It was also mentioned that Donald Trump had bragged at dinner to people that were not cleared through security that he had plans to attack Iran. This was a plan that was devised by Donald Trump and some of his military leaders, but the plan was quickly shot down by General Mark Milley. General Milley was a four-star general at the end of the Trump administration's first term and into the President Biden administration. General Milley was also very critical of Donald Trump and his way that he administered this country. Because General Milley defied many requests from Donald Trump in accordance with the Constitution of the United States, Donald Trump got many of his followers in the media to discredit General Milley. Many of those people being Tucker Carlson, formerly of Fox News, and many other reporters at the Fox News network. Let us also not forget that Fox News was in a $1 billion lawsuit against Dominion voting machines. Because the evidence was so against Fox News, they decided to settle with Dominion rather than face a lengthy lawsuit that could have cost them over $1 billion. Now, speaking of lawsuits, Donald Trump amended his lawsuit this weekend against CBS for defamation. He is now asking for $20 billion. That is B for billion. Donald Trump claims in this lawsuit that 60 Minutes had unfairly edited the interview with him to make Kamala Harris look like a better candidate. Furthermore, Donald Trump is warning CBS not to settle the lawsuit for $20 billion. They, in fact, want to take it to courts. Personally, I would like to see it go to courts, because then Donald Trump would have the opportunity to get on the stand and actually testify under oath some of the questions that are relevant to his presidency. Now, once on the stand, Donald Trump would have to honestly and answer everything with truth. Such questions would be asked is, did he actually lose 2020? He would have to answer truthfully. And if he says that no, he did not lose 2020, that would be characteristic of perjury. Many other questions about Donald Trump's presidency would come into play. Other questions such as where Donald Trump is getting his finances from, who financed his campaign in full, and what would be his allegiance to Elon Musk. Let us not forget that Elon Musk is a South African citizen who does have dual citizenship here in the United States. Let us also not forget that Elon Musk's family is tied to the apartheid government that imprisoned one Nelson Mandela for 40 years. The apartheid government that kept black people in place, that empowered white people in a region that is not indigenous to the nation. Being a foreign-born citizen and infiltrating our government at the highest level, the office of the President of the United States, is in fact a direct violation of the Constitution of the United States. As we watch the destruction of our government at the hands of Elon Musk, time will only tell what is going to happen from the federal judges that continuously block Donald Trump's executive orders. To date, Donald Trump has signed over 50 executive orders, many of which reverse President Biden's actions and executive orders from his administration. And we can also hope that the federal courts will in fact abide by the rule of law and the Constitution of the United States and shut everything down. And hopefully, within time, Republican politicians in Congress and the Senate will realize what Donald Trump is doing and finding out that everything that he is doing is in fact unconstitutional and not in the best interest of America. So here once again, MAGA got played by Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Thank you and have a day.